Okay, so I'm back. It's June 8th, Saturday, and done something crazy. I got another 360-degree camera, the Insta360 One. Got a good deal on it, so I couldn't resist it. And the next crazy thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rig my bike for a dual 360 camera setup. And been planning this for a couple weeks now in terms of ordering equipment and everything, and I think I have a workable solution. I'm about to go and do a test drive to see what it's like, but I just want to show you what it is that I have. So I might have to go back and do some adjustments here. You can see that I'm using the Sailvideosystem rigging, and rather than connecting it to my body, which can get a little uncomfortable, and just feels weird riding that way. And I wanted to see if I could find a way to mount the same system to my bike, and so I've had to sort of jury rig this stuff. And so what I have here, you can see, is I've taken two suction cup mounts and I've connected and have them connected to the, and there's my Insta360 camera. Have it connected to the mounting poles, and they're away from the bike, and then I have this sort of security, these sort of straps here, which I'm going to probably go back and readjust them again, just for assurance, in case the suction cups fail. At least something might hold it. I know it's probably going to fall and hit the ground, but that's fine, rather than it bouncing off and hitting somebody else. I'll just have to deal with that. The camera here is really just, I just got a waterproof safety case, and there's a fake slug in it that's shaped like the camera, so I'm going to use it as a weight. I'm not going to risk my first test ride with the camera. Okay, so that's the way that was set up. And just to kind of go over this again, as you can see. So, okay, so that's for my first camera. And my other camera, the Rylo, I got this other kind of 3-section suction cup. Again, I have another one. I think I have two of the suction cup mounts, but they're a little bit smaller, and I don't really trust it for the Rylo because Rylo's a heavier camera. So I got this 3-section one. I was able to get two of the suction cups to mount. This third one here isn't really mounted all that well, but you know, better than nothing. And I don't have my Rylo in there. I really just have a rock wrapped up in some plastic as a counterweight. It's probably not quite as heavy as my camera, but you know, if this falls off with something that's not as heavy, then it's telling me this is not a good system. So I'm gonna just ride around town a little bit and see how it is at just regular street speeds rather than highway speeds. But tomorrow I'm going on my first group ride. Some clubs here in Philadelphia are having a ride, really from one side of the city around the Delaware River, across the city to the other river that goes through it, the Schuylkill. And there is a park that goes through it, Fairmount Park, one of the largest city parks in the world. And so we're going to park and go for a hike. And I might then mount the Rylo on my body. Sorry, not the Rylo. Oh, one of the cameras, using the sail system, and just go hiking that way. So I'm going to go and get rigged up, take it for a test spin. Okay, so testing out the new mounting system here, and already sort of realized my first setback. One of the mounting screw mechanisms, I guess we'll call it, that I'm using to connect the The clamp to my suction cup mount is the same one I use to connect my camera, the one I'm shooting with right now, my Drift Ghost, to my helmet. So right now I have the Drift mounted on a suction cup mount on the windshield, and but clearly I don't want that if I'm doing this motovlog stuff with the cameras and everything. So I would like to have something from my point of view, but we'll see. So I'm gonna have to order one thing I have to be careful of is when I'm turning, I've got maybe about a foot clearance between the camera and the road, which, you know, that could be kind of cinematic, but not that I'm an aggressive turner, but just something I've got to be careful of, be aware of that. So yeah, this is why I'm doing this sort of field test, just to try and figure out any problems that I might run into. But right now it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna shift the camera later on and see if I can get it to look down at the mounting system and give you a better idea of how it looks. I went back and I tightened up the straps a little bit more. You know, I don't want it flying all over the place or look really sloppy. So I want something to look reasonably professional, at least like I know what I'm doing. So anyway, so another thing, a couple weeks ago, this happened, and yeah, over 20,000 miles. This is my 4th year riding, so I guess that's a decent amount. And if I'm not mistaken, about 28,000 miles was once around the globe or something like that. So there's another sort of number to aim for. 28,000, 30,000, you know, we'll see. But so far so good. You know, just got the bike tuned up after beginning of the spring riding season, and it's going really well. A couple weeks back, also, my bike got knocked over. Literally, I think it was a bus that was turning, and I was in a corral in a city, and when I came back, it was upside right and everything, but you know, the back wheel was up on the curb a little bit, which I know I didn't park there. I said, okay, that's strange. And I thought someone had moved the bike for whatever reason to get the bus through, but no, later on I thought about it, and I thought that was really weird that it was on the curb like that. And I thought, you know, what if someone had knocked it over? And sure enough, I went and checked, and there were scuffs on the muffler, on the paneling on the side. Nothing really major, nothing broken, no lights, mirrors, or anything. But you know, it kind of pissed me off. So anyway, I'm gonna get that kind of replaced, and a couple other things that have been really bugging me about the bike that just kind of wanted to get just right. So there you have it. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pull over a little bit and just readjust the camera so that you know, it can see the mounting system. Let me just move the lens. So I think that should be good. Raise it up there. Okay, hopefully that will work. I'll get a better, or you'll get a better view of everything. And seeing how it is. But yeah, I'm really satisfied with this. This is really exciting because it's working out like I was hoping. Ideally, I like to have the camera telescope out a little bit further away, but you know, we'll see what it's like. We'll see what kind of footage I get with this. I'll know better tomorrow when I do the group ride. So far, so good. Both cameras are holding on. I got my Insta360 One used, and I didn't really get all the accessories, and one of them is this really interesting kind of monopod that comes with it for doing something that's called bullet time, which is really kind of weird but kind of cool. Think of the Matrix when they kind of spin around someone who's frozen in time and space. Okay, buddy, someone just pulled in front of me. And I have a monopod, but it's kind of crappy, and certainly not strong enough to hold the camera in the front, especially if I'm using a Rylo or even the Insta. And with all the jostling the camera is going to get, I really wouldn't trust it. But you know, this bullet time monopod seems to be designed for durability, so I might look into getting that somehow getting used somewhere, or if I can buy it separately. And give that a try. Beautiful day. This is about my third scooter ride out. So I think this is a successful field test. Everything is working really well. I think this is one nice thing about having all this paneling on this bike, is that it allows me to use the suction cup mounts. And I know some people don't trust the suction cup mounts, and I definitely get that. But I think if you've got a good surface to connect to, and the weight and wind jostling isn't so bad, I think it can work out really good. I don't really have, I can add a ball mount too, you know, on the front here, but there's just not a lot of room. I've got the windshield and stuff, and so that's going to block up everything. And especially if I want to use a monopod in the front, that's one reason why I'm using the suction cups and using the two for more security, more stability. All right, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, likes, comments, and subscriptions are always appreciated. Thanks. See you guys later.